Hello everyone, it's bright, it's early. Welcome back to my channel. This is another Chit Chat Get Ready with me. My name is Sydney Marla Weeks. If you don't know who I am, welcome. If you do know who I am, thank you for coming back. I don't have a lot of time today. Today is church anniversary. If you guys know about the church, you know church anniversary is like the Olympics of the year other than Christmas service and Easter. So I got a stunt on the Saints today. So we got to go all out. And I don't have a lot of time. So I'm starting off with the NYX Matte Finish Spray. My skin has been clearing up so beautifully. If you guys would like a video on how I've cleared up my skin, this is the Melanie Mills Gleam Body Radiance, by the way, in rose gold. I will totally do that for you guys because my skin, I don't know why on camera, like here, because the lights are so bright, my skin sometimes comes out like, and it looks like it's really bad, but in real life, it's really not that bad. I've been taking some extra steps to clear it up and it's been working, honey. So if you guys would like that video, give this video a thumbs up and I will do that for you. I'm just using the Gleam Body Radiance just because I'm going for a really gold look. Like I want to look like a golden globe. This looks really great under foundation. It looks great by itself. I wear this pretty much every day. And if you have sensitive skin, this does not break me out at all. So it's just a great layer to have either underneath your foundation or just, you know, on the everyday, on the go type of glow that you might be going for. But yeah, today's church anniversary. My outfit is jazzy. Do you hear me? Like, literally, I'm a bad John today. Like, I am a bad John today. But I really don't have that much time just because I have to get there early. Hashtag PK life. To set up, make sure everything is, you know, okay. Make sure ushers are good, finance team is good, praise and worship team. I have to get there early for sound check. So yeah, I have to do this look in like 40 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Mission impossible, I accept. Okay, so we're taking L'Oreal True Match in W7. And we just talk about how busy my life is about to be. Your girl is traveling a lot. Like this summer has been pretty hectic, hence the lack of videos. I've done pretty well. Like at least I've posted like one video a week. I don't think I've skipped a week, but I haven't done like 2 or 3 consistently. It's okay. Once fall comes, we'll be back on normal schedule. Like your girl's not going to be that popping in the wintertime because it's cold. I'm not leaving my house. So today is the 28th. Yesterday was my grandmother's 88th birthday. So I was all around town with her. I'm so fortunate to have my grandparents in my life. The only grandparent that passed was my grandfather on my mother's side. And that was when I was like 6 years old. So I remember him, but it's not like I have like a super close relationship with him, like how I have with my grandfather on my dad's side. But it was my mom's birthday yesterday. She turned 88. My grandmother doesn't look a day over 65. Like she doesn't look a day over 60, to be honest. She's in perfect health, which makes me very happy because the day that she goes, I'm out of here. I'm literally going to Paris for 2 months and do not call me, no phone. We celebrated her birthday and we are surprising her by taking her to Connecticut. We are going to the MGM Grand Resort in Foxwood, Connecticut on Monday till Wednesday. And she has no idea. And I am so excited to surprise her. Every year she kind of gets weird around her birthday, I'm not even gonna lie. And she's like, oh, I just want something different. And you know, I just want to be around, you know, the ones that I love, and I want something totally different. Like I want to be surprised. My grandma hates surprises, so this should be interesting. Now I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the yellow corrector. You guys know the deal. So basically we are surprising my grandmother with a 3-day 2-night stay at the MGM Grand Resort in Foxwood, Connecticut. I'll be in Connecticut from Monday to Wednesday. Then in August I am going to be in Detroit on the 7th and the 8th, and then I'm going to be in Atlanta the 13th to the 18th, 19th. And then when we come back in September, I'm literally going to be in like Florida the whole month, pretty much like 3 weeks. I'm going to be between Miami, Orlando, and Panama City for about 3 weeks. My mom and I are driving down. And it's for vacation purposes, but we do have a business trip tied in with it. That's why we're there so long. Oh yeah, I didn't mention, if I'm looking up here, it's because I'm looking at my mirror. So if you're new, that's why I'm not looking directly at you. I'm looking at my mirror so I don't look crazy and like a clown. I put a lot of this on today, but it's okay. I need to do full coverage because I got to stunt on the Saints. Do you hear me? Okay, so now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the cream contour kit. This is the deep kit. I use this all the time. I'm using today Chocolate and Carob. Those are my 2 favorite go-to shades. They're just really warm They like to warm up the face, which is wonderful. I did get a tan. As you guys saw, I went to the beach. I haven't been back since, but I intend to get a tan as much as I am traveling. And with me traveling so much, I will definitely be vlogging all of it. Now, just a heads up, when I am like out in these streets and traveling all the time, it's very hard for me to edit and upload just because every hotel's Wi-Fi is kind of different. And I'm not paying for Wi-Fi, so unless their business center kind of has the best Wi-Fi, but sometimes it just gets wonky, especially when you're actually trying to do something. So I'm going to try to consistently upload as much as possible, but if you don't see videos, it's probably because I'm either away or I'm just getting back and trying to edit. So just stick with me. You know, I be trying, but sometimes it gets a little bit difficult. And, you know, we just kind of have to shift our mindset, shift our schedule. Once I kind of settle down after September, I'll be able to get back on track. But shout out to all my new subscribers, though. Our channel is growing, and I'm so excited. It's funny because I really didn't know what to talk about, but I guess we can talk about me, like, rebranding. So I'm not going to say too much, and I'm just buffing this out with a buffing brush, but I'm not going to say too much. I'm definitely looking to rebrand for 2020. My thing is this, 2019 was kind of a preparation year. I feel like it was a transition limbo year. It definitely worked on me getting consistent with a lot of things. It definitely worked on me getting consistent with completing goals and tasks, even though I've always been good at that. This year has kind of given me a mindset of what do you want to do, how do you want to do it, and how are you going to complete it. So with that being stated, I'm more so moving into 2020 already. We have about 5 months left in the year, and I'm taking this next 5 months to finish the goals that I have for 2019, even though most of them I already hit. That's pretty awesome. And you know, it's funny, and I talked about this in another video, I've never been one to give myself easy goals. Like, it's not like I'm saying, oh, I hit my goals already and my only goals was like lose 5 pounds, read 1 book, and save $100. Like, no, my goals are pretty hard. So the fact that I'm hitting them already within 5 months left to go, I'm very proud of myself. I'm learning not to be so hard on myself, because I find that since I am very much so a perfectionist and I'm very much so creative, I'm learning that everything works out. And if it does not work out, and if it doesn't work out in how it worked out in my head, because I'm a Capricorn, so since my birthday is in January, we're very creative people, and sometimes it'll work out in our head before we can explain it to people or work it out on paper or work it out like in a tangible sense, like a physical, touchable sense. So I'm learning that if people don't get my vision, well, first of all, I'm not sharing my vision with so many people. That's first things first, and I really don't do that. I haven't done that in a while, where I tell all of my plans and my business and all that type of stuff. I really don't post stuff until stuff is signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm yours. I just find it really, really important that I am taking this time to look at what I have accomplished and what I want to accomplish in 2020, and then whatever I want to do in 2020, I'm starting now. So probably by September, all of my 2019 goals will be hit, and from September to December 31st, I'm really going to focus on getting myself ready and in preparation for the new decade. I'm not even calling it a new year, because it is literally a new decade, and I'm so excited. It's an opportunity that we have, that we can, you know, rebrand, refresh, and renew ourselves, and I'm just taking full advantage of it, and I think you guys should as well. It's so funny, I find that most of the times we are our most limitative self because of ourselves, and because we limit ourselves, we don't reach full capacity or full potential just because we're so much in our head. My aunt told my mom something the other day that was like, I'm taking the NYX Professional Makeup. This is their concealer, creamy concealer, and I'm using it in the color, what is this? I'm using this in the color Fair. I barely have anything in here, so we're going to do our best. My aunt told my mom the other day that she is not allowing us to go in our head without adult supervision. So basically that means that sometimes we go in our head and we overthink and we overprocess, and honestly, y'all, it ain't that deep. And I am someone that definitely does that. Like, I will make up scenarios, like the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, and be like, okay, well, if this don't work out, we gonna do this. But it's like, yes, you should have a plan, but I don't think I should be as pessimistic. I wouldn't say I'm pessimistic. I just don't think I should think of the worst as much as I do, because, and this is another Capricorn trait, and I know if you guys don't know astrology or anything like that, I'm very much so into it, just because I do find commonalities with people who share the same sign. And it's good to know, like, what their commonalities are or what their traits are, so you know how to deal with people. But for Capricorns, we are very, 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 very strategic. Like, we always have a plan. It doesn't matter if we're going to an event or Wawa, we have a plan, okay? And when that plan shifts, we do not do very well with change. So what I've been trying to do this year is more so go with the flow. That is very hard for me to do. Woo child, that is hard for me to do, because I'm like, no, we need to know what we're doing at 5 o'clock, and at 5:05, are we going here? And if we don't go here at 5:05, then at 5:07, we're going to plan B. And it just, like, that was just getting too stressful for me, trying to keep up with my own plans. So now what I am trying to do is have a plan, but also be flexible. Having that flexibility is honestly just more realistic, because we make plans and God laughs. So for the new year with rebranding, I'm trying to give myself a whole new look for 2020. Like, I think it's a new decade. It should be a new Sydney. And even though I'm evolving as a person every day, I think that 2020, especially since January is my birthday month, like, I really want to do something bigger than me. And I'm still working on the look and the design of it, but I've definitely invested in some new equipment. I've definitely invested in some new projects, and I've also invested in some new ideas. So you'll guys be seeing a lot of it behind the scenes. I think I've only told 3 people, and that was like, I think it was like Sharon, Frenchie, and like my mom and Sierra. That's like 4 people that I talk to like every single day. And those are people that are also rebranding themselves. So it's kind of like they can just kind of relate, and I trust them. Like, I trust them with my life. I know that it's not going to leak out or anything like that. But I just find it really, 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 really important to know yourself first. And then you can kind of know where you want to go with that. I find that so many people are out here in these streets just winging it because they don't know who they are. When I talk about rebranding, I don't mean just my business, but I mean myself. Like, as a unit, as Sydney, I am rebranding the entirety of Sydney. So everything that comes with me, my business, my social media, my YouTube account, like, everything is going to be upgraded. And you know, it doesn't have to take a lot. I don't know, I find that a lot of people don't do self-reviews, and you're not the same person as you were 5 years ago, 5 days ago, 5 hours ago, you know? And when I started this YouTube channel, I'm clearly not the same person that I was when I was in high school versus the person that I am now, almost 2 years out of college. You know, the person that I was when I started my business in college, I'm clearly not that person that I am now, almost 24 years old. So I think it's always good to do like a self-evaluation, and this could really just be yearly. Like, who do I want to be this year? Like, I think that is so cool that we have the option and freedom. We have the option and freedom to be who we want to be, and we can literally reinvent ourselves every single day if we wanted to. I think that's amazing, because a lot of people don't have that freedom. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not in favor of our president, but the fact that we do have the freedom in this country to be who we want to be and say what we want and do what we want with or without consequence, it's pretty cool, because not a lot of countries do have that. You know, personally, Obama's still my president in my head, but until we get the orange man out of office, we still do have some freedom. So I just think it's really cool to evaluate, readdress, revamp, and, you know, come back even stronger and better. And it can be like you have a new idea or you want to do something new, and I totally think you should do it, because my thing is this: life is really short. And my grandma, her and I was talking yesterday. She literally was making me cry because she was crying, and it was just like too much. And my grandma doesn't cry for like nobody. She was like, you know, I'm just so blessed and I'm just so thankful for the life that I have. And her whole point was, if she dies tomorrow, which God forbid, but if she does, she's lived her life to the fullest. And I think at 88, that's a pretty cool thing to be able to say, because a lot of people, and I have firsthand witnessed, a lot of people don't live to their full capacity. They settle for whatever reason, whether it be a relationship, a job, you know, a lifestyle, and they're not happy. And then they die, and it's like, I've lived my whole life for others and not myself. If it's one thing that my grandmother has ever taught me, is to basically live my life. I'm very thankful for her wisdom, for her guidance, because, you know, a lot of the time people try to make you live for them, and you should really be living for yourself always. Even if people aren't in agreement, it's okay. They might not see your vision. They just might not agree with what you're doing or understand it. And sometimes when people don't understand, they get scared. Like, it's scary for them because it's not like a sense of ignorance. It's just like a sense of the unknown. And a lot of people don't like that. Taking some Airspun loose powder, and I'm going to be setting my face. I'm also going to mix it with a little bit of the Revolution makeup, the yellow banana powder as well. But yeah, I'm definitely looking to rebrand. I just want something different. Like, life is so great and so grand. And I feel like where I'm actually applying myself, like everything, and it's amazing, everything I've been asking God for, he's been giving me. Like, opportunities have been opening, and it's crazy. Like, it's amazing to me how much things can change in 1 year. Because where I was a year ago, I was dreaming to be where I'm about to be in a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Never thinking I would get the opportunity, never thinking I would get the platform, never thinking I would get those connections. And here I am 1 year later because I worked hard, I prayed, and I also was consistent and due diligent with what I was doing. And now when you work hard, they pay off. And I'm sitting on platforms with people I was admiring a year ago, and now we're on the same platform. We're on the same level, the same, type time. And I just find that it's so cool and encouraging to myself, and I hope to you guys, but that if you really work hard, you don't have to compare yourself to people, because you can be where they are or farther if you put the work in. That's why I try my best. Comparison is the thief of all joy, but I really don't try to compare myself. I'm never jealous of people. I wasn't raised to be jealous of people. Even if my life was terrible, I still would pray for people, or try to uplift or encourage them. I would never pray bad prayers, or be jealous of someone, or be a why them and not me person, just because when I make it, or when I'm on that platform a year later, I wouldn't want someone doing that to me. So I feel like if I pray for them, or if I try to uplift and encourage and just speak positive things, then when I'm eventually on that platform, the same type of people, positive people, will do the same thing for me. And that's how I was raised, and that's how I think. And I think that's important, because usually when things aren't moving quick enough for us, or the timing is wrong in our eyes, we become very negative, we become very jealous, very hateful, very spiteful. And that's no way to be, because it could be that this waiting season is a test. And are you going to pass by being encouraging and uplifting and positive, or are you going to fail by being a hater? I'm just powdering a lot because it is literally going to be 93 degrees today, and it's going to be hot. So I have an angled brush in my MAC Fluid Line in Black Track. I'm going to do my brows off camera. You guys know the deal. I cannot talk and do my brows at the same time. So to save time for you guys, I'm going to do this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, we got some brows. I'm just taking this angled brush from e.l.f. to wipe away this powder. And I always like to put it on my lid just to set it. I want something that's super gold. I already have something in mind. Oh, I have like powder all on my shirt. I'm taking a Stila 6 blending brush, and this is the Morphe 35R palette. And I'm going to be taking this copper gold color right here. I like this a lot because it's going to match my shoes. It's kind of like the aesthetic of my look that I'm going for. So I'm just blending this in the crease first. I'm not adding too much. So we were talking about rebranding, and I think when you're doing projects, it's just really important to keep it to yourself. Once it's done and delivered, and then that's when you can make announcements. I never make announcements until I know that it's, one, going to happen, and two, like all of the details are done and it's official. I feel like sometimes we're just too excited to put things out on social media. It's kind of like we want like a pat on the back, like, ooh, look what I did, like show and tell kind of. And even though nothing's wrong with that, because you should want to be celebrated for your successes, you should want to be proud, and I mean, not boastful, but like, proud, and show them off. You want to be careful with that, because sometimes when you put things out there undeveloped, people pray bad prayers. I don't personally, but I know people do. And like, they're just haters. So I never put anything out there until I know for a fact, honey, that it is going to happen. I'm not going to be looking stupid. Now, why do people hate? I don't understand. It literally boggles my mind. Like, I do not get it. I've never been one to understand that, because it literally comes back to you. I'm never really one to hate. To be honest, I don't care that much. Like, I don't understand. Like, people who hate, you have to be so pressed to keep up with what I'm doing and then be mad about it. And I just don't have time to do that. If hating is like a person's thing, I really hope you look at that, you analyze yourself, and you get to the root of the issue, because I don't have time to be a therapist. And that's a deep-rooted issue, why you do what you do. And I mean, there's haters everywhere. There's gonna be haters today at my church anniversary. And it's like, what can you do about the people, you know, but be your best self and just be unbothered. The best way to deal with a hater, I find, is to be so unbothered, because it just gets to them. That they don't even move you, like it just literally gets to them. So when you don't even give them a reaction, it's like, oh, let me move on to the next person to hate on, because she doesn't even care. So I'm using the Ulta, this is the Ulta Beauty Lustrous Foil Eyeshadow, and this is in the color Copper Leaf. It is literally so beautiful. It looks like this, and I'm just going to like kind of put this in the, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And I'm just going to spray my brush with some setting spray and apply it. I'm just using this little flat eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. Yeah, but I don't entertain that. Like, when people are hating, or if people are gossiping, or people are just negative, I don't entertain it. Matter of fact, I remember one time somebody was literally talking about someone, and I knew they didn't have the guts to say it to their face. So I called the person up and was like, yeah, like in front of them. And I was like, so-and-so is saying this. Is this true? And they were like, what? And it just shut them up. So I'm just quick to shut that down. Like, I do not entertain gossip. I do not entertain negativity. I don't entertain people talking about people, especially when they're not there to defend themselves. And I just shut it down, because what you're not gonna do is have the ability to be like, oh, well, Sydney was there and Sydney said, and nah, Sydney didn't say nothing, son, nothing. So this product does fall out, but like, oh, that is beautiful. And yeah, but I really hope you guys are doing some dope things for 2020. I'm so excited. Like, it is literally going to be a new year. Like, it is literally going to be a new decade. And I just don't think like anything is cooler than that. I was still in grade school when 2010 happened. So clearly I did not understand the importance of a new decade. But the fact that it is now 2020 and I am an adult, I'm really taking full advantage on the opportunities I missed for 2010. I just think it's so important to really know what you want to do. But if you know what you want to do, if it's hair, if it's makeup, if it's, I don't know, consulting, if it's cooking, if it's writing, do what you want to do. Write it out. I find that so many times, like especially people that are creatives, and I really hate that word creatives, but it's true. And I posted something about this on Instagram. So if you're not following me, follow me on Instagram. I'm just gonna blend this out real quick. We tend to have so many ideas that literally we don't know which one to start on. And we'll either get flustered and do nothing, or we'll try to do them all. And it just doesn't, life doesn't really work that way. And that's what I'm learning, at least. I find that when you write it out, and my mom taught me this, shout out to my mama, but my mom taught me this, when you write things out on paper in black and white, it always makes sense. And it really does. And I feel like millennials especially, we're losing that trait of writing things out in black and white on paper, because we're always on our phone, we're always on our tablet, our computer. But when you write it out, baby, it makes sense. So I'm going to use some Ardell Wispies. I'm going to apply with black duo glue, and I will be right back. Okay, fun fact, I put on my lashes backwards, but they look okay, so we're not going to fix them today. I also have like 10 minutes to finish my face, so I'm just going to wipe off this excess glitter. I always like to use my powder brush, because the fibers in the powder actually lifts up the makeup the best. I'm taking my NARS multi-stick. This is in the color Orgasm. I use this every single video. It's just a really great cream blush. I really like this because it just adds subtle color but it's just really, really nice on the skin. So yeah, that's pretty much my life. I'm doing a lot of traveling. In 2020, I'm trying to do a lot of more international trips. This year I kind of chilled off on international trips. If you didn't know, I'm a travel junkie. Like, I absolutely love traveling. I've been to so many countries in my young age at 23. If you do not have a passport, please get a passport. Do not wait. You can do solo trips. You can do trips with 2 people. Me and my mom do trips all the time. And do not wait for others though. If you want to go travel the world, you can totally go do it. Passports are not super duper expensive. And I have like a whole travel video on how you can travel for cheap, like through Airbnb, you know, incognito flights. So go check that video out. It's definitely going to bless you. In 2020, I'm doing a lot of international flights and trips, and I'm so excited because I love traveling the world and seeing new countries and new art and new cultures and languages and all different things like that. So now I'm going to take the Cover FX drops. Yeah, 2020 have really big expectations for the decade. I don't know what I want to do for New Year's. If you don't know, your girl is in the church, and every year of my life I have participated in watch night service, but my mom, she's not doing watch night service this year, and I have no idea what I want to do for New Year's. So give me some recommendations. I really don't want to be in Philly. Like, I really want to do something different, and I don't know if that's a trip, but I don't want to go international because I'm going to Italy for my birthday. So that'll literally be 7 days later, and I don't want to be flying back during the holiday and then have to just pack and leave back out. I don't want to do that. Let me know some recommendations down below what I should do for New Year's. What are you guys doing for New Year's? Because I need to know. Like, I need to make a plan. I'm taking a MAC Gold Deposit to set my face. I've literally used this. This is like my holiest of holy grails. Like, I have used, why is this falling out like that? We do not have time for you. That's why I hate real hair brushes. NARS, get it together. This is why I hate real hair brushes, because they fall out. Like, this is a really old brush now, mind you. Like, I cannot even be mad at it, but at the same time, I don't have time to be like. So for highlight today, I'm using Lara Geller Gilded Honey, and I'm using an e.l.f. angled brush to apply this. It's just really soft and subtle. I'm using this jumbo pencil from NYX. It is in 621A pure gold. Years. That is my dog being a nuisance. We literally let him out before we go to church because we're not going to be home all day. He gets so upset. So I used to hate lower lash line mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Great Lashes, lots of lashes in black. All right, so now I'm just taking a NYX lip liner, and this is in the color Nude Truffle. It's like standard. I always wear this one. And then I'm just taking the e.l.f. Clear Gloss. I want to add a little bit more sparkle, so I'm taking the Diamond Glow lip gloss. This is in the color Elegant. I got this for $1 at my local beauty supply store. So the last thing that I'm going to do is just kind of mattify my under eye, and that's going to make my under eye pop even more and also not crease. So I just like to do that before I set my face. And lastly, I'm taking the All Nighter setting spray, and I'm just going to do this so I can look like this all day. The last thing I am going to add is the Glossier Boy Brow in black. I just like to do it after I throw my wig on, just because throw a wig on, it kind of messes up your eyebrows. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get dressed and I will be back. Okay everyone, this is indeed the final look. I am extremely late, so I'm going to cut this short. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below what you would like to see next, how you're doing, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the red button down below, join the family, and also the bell notification so you can know when I post every single time. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!